Going on this computer. Is it working?
Want to share my screen?
I'm going to share my screen. I'll do it. Okay. Let us get into it.
Wow.
Wow, look at that.
Wow.
Look at that. All right. So let's begin. We're going to begin this podcast by looking at the transactions throughout the year to see how they have played out.
Throughout the year.
Exactly. We're going to start with the one that started it all. Omar trades to Cal, John Brown, and Melvin Gordon for Allen Robinson and Todd Gurley. I looked. Todd Gurley is currently the running back 8 on the year, which is truly painful for me to say out loud. Just awful.
Cal just got raped in that trade.
You know, honestly, if you look at Cal's team, what it could have
Brown.
been, just
God,
brutal. Let's see. Then we have the Harry trade, the one that the first domino to fall.
Oh my God.
You know what? In fairness, it hasn't been that bad because Matt Ryan has been serviceable and Kareem Hunt has been very good.
Matt Ryan's been terrible. Kareem Hunt's been good. AJ Green and Marvin Jones cancel each other out. So pretty much it's Matt Ryan and Kareem Hunt for Patrick Mahomes, and that's just not a trade a real fucking person who knows sports is going to take. With all due respect, Harry.
Yeah, and that was the last thing Harry did, too. I was like, after that trade, he just gave up.
He knew.
Let's see. We have our trade, which ended up being a boon for you because you got Kenny. He's been out the past 2 weeks, but Kenny Galladay is still a top 10 wide receiver, 100%.
Trade to keep my season alive.
And Amari Cooper turned into a fraud, unfortunately, but that's because Dak is injured.
And you thought you fleeced me. That trade right there, Hanser, Higbee for Deontay. Omar, you're a fucking retard. You know nothing about football, and you think you're Arabic.
Oh my God! Deontay Johnson has turned. Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking. Deontay Johnson is like a legit top 15 wide receiver right now. He's good. He replaced AB, and he looks not as good as AB did, but like just horrible.
They'll never take a Rams player. They'll never take a Rams player that Jared Goff has to throw to.
Exactly. We've
been there. God. Cal fleeced Joe right there.
That is a fleecing, 100%.
DJ Moore. Leonard Fournette.
Well, then you got Leonard Fournette later. Let's see. Then Joe.
Oh, wait, he got Chris Godwin?
He flips Tyler Boyd and Kenyon Drake for Chris Godwin.
No, that's a good
trade. It's a good trade.
Least Omar. Damn, Omar just keeps coming on the losing end of these.
Seriously,
Melvin Gordon. That's a terrible trade.
I mean, both guys have been massive disappointments. It's like a non sequitur. Then there's this trade that was reversed. Julio for Gurley and Tyler Boyd.
Actually, in hindsight, it's a solid trade.
It really is. And I think they ended up doing something similar. Like it was like Gurley and someone else for Julio that Omar then flipped. Then you have the real trade that broke the league right here. The first trade for Mahomes was bad. This was the league-breaking trade in all its glory. Russell Wilson and Cooper Kupp for Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams, not even close, the best receiver in the league right now. I mean, I can't fault RP that much because to that point, Devontae had missed 3 weeks.
I will. I can and I will. I can't. There's no way you ever trade one of the best, a wide receiver one. When you play fantasy, one of the most scarce freaking games we can play. You trade one of the best receivers year in, year out for Russell Wilson. Maybe he needed a quarterback because
he did. He was starting Matthew Stafford. Like he needed a quarterback, but I mean,
he didn't need to upgrade that much at quarterback at the expense of losing Devontae Adams. And then if you're gonna do that, you can get more than Cooper Kupp. You could have gotten like somebody in the not fucking Cooper Kupp.
I would maybe D-Hop, right? Or maybe Deontay, right? Because Deontay had been playing very well. It was just didn't work.
That's not. D-Hop?
You could have done D
Wait, what
Hop
are you
for
saying?
Devontae. Devontae is an upgrade over D Hop, 100%.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you're trading players at different positions, I would like get Russell Wilson and somebody fuck, like Justin Jefferson or somebody in that tier. I wouldn't put Cooper Cup in that tier. Cooper Cup sucks.
Truly, yeah, Cooper Cup. We're 2 years removed when he was legit. Now he's
And
just.
then the real trade that won me the league,
You know
baby.
what?
Now this trade,
In fairness, I'll give you
I
this.
won this trade 100%, like
You
every
did.
aspect of it.
I'll give you A plus. Rodrigo. I mean, come on now, best kicker in the league.
Oh,
And you know what? Cal thought fucking Le'Veon could be good. Le'Veon turned out to
Cal's
be
a
shit.
fucking retard. Cal, if you're listening to me, I fucking fleeced you and you're my son.
Horrible trade, Cal. Horrible trade.
Leonard Fournette? Oh my god, these guys just sleep. Leonard
They
Fournette
did.
is better than Le'Veon Bell.
He
He'll
is.
sleep.
That's not even a question.
He's been better than Le'Veon Bell for his entire career.
Wow, that's a statement. I don't know about that.
No.
Now we have Omar's next trade.
So wait a minute. Why did this trade? He just added Emmanuel Sanders?
The other trade didn't
I guess
go
Emmanuel.
through because it was made right
well.
before Julio played a game. Remember, he played that game against the Packers where he got injured. So they made the trade before the game started, and what's his face? Hassan didn't realize that the trade was instant. So I mean, really, it's not that bad a trade. It really isn't. Especially because Todd Gurley has actually been good, which is just gross.
Oh, Todd Gurley sucks.
Then we have your trade.
And that's the trade. I keep making trades that have just won me this league. Like, say what you will about Devin, but I've made some huge trades.
You know what?
Austin Eckler and Marquise. I just got rid of those guys for Chubb and 3 serviceable weeks of CD Lamb. I will take that.
That's true. You know what? And in fairness, had I held on to Eckler and had Eckler actually come back and not just turn into a pile of sticks, then maybe this would be more fair. But right now, you fleece me easy because neither of these guys are on my roster anymore. Omar makes another trade. Trades Lindsey and Sanders for Jerick McKinnon, who he didn't even play. And then he traded away Jerick McKinnon, so it didn't matter. This trade right here, not good for Joe. Justin Jefferson for Melvin and Christian Kirk. Justin Jefferson is a monster.
Melvin
Joe has
sucks.
made some questionable trades. So
Yeah, Joe, you've made some very questionable trades. I can't rely on you anymore.
Then we had this trade that was overturned by the league.
Oh my god, this is just so fucking. This is just the epitome of autism. That
I mean,
trade.
Just bad.
I'll just move on. I don't want to talk about it.
Then we have
Ronald
this
Jones. 3 weeks of 100 yards. Ronald Jones.
We'll
Shut
get
up,
there.
bitch.
We'll get there, okay? I will have my moment in the sun with Ronald Jones. Omar then gets Miles Sanders for Julio and
What
Jerick
a retard Omar is. For Miles Sanders, and I'm sorry, I know you have him, but he sucks.
He doesn't.
He is not good.
Okay. You know what? In fairness, Omar wins this trade if he keeps Miles Sanders, though. But he didn't keep Miles Sanders because he then traded him to me for Amari Cooper and Damian Harris, who you now have. Damian Harris has really turned it around. He was looking good. Amari Cooper, unfortunately, bad news bears. He's unplayable.
Miles Sanders is just solid.
He's solid. Yeah, I'm not saying he's an RB1. Like, he's just a good running back.
But I would never trade away Julio for Miles Sanders. Never. Never.
I agree.
Never.
This trade is actually good for Cal.
Good for Cal, but just stupid. Just terrible players. I don't want to talk about this one. It's not worth my time.
All right, now
we get into the fucking actual other end of the spectrum.
Okay.
Terrible trade. Just terrible. I'm so glad we overturned this.
You didn't overturn it. Wait, no. I thought you were talking about my trade. Oh, but this is the same trade, though, for Julio. Yes.
Oh, we didn't overturn this?
No, we did overturn it. This is the one I was talking about. The same trade, but for Eckler. Now, again,
terrible
in fairness, in fairness, Miles Sanders was out. Okay, and he ended up missing 3 weeks.
Terrible trade.
So it was a bad
It's a
trade.
terrible trade.
Terrible trade.
You
I
can't
can't.
argue. It's the fact. It's there. It's a terrible trade.
Yeah.
It's just
Brandon
so
Cooks.
bad. It's
Brandon Cooks was good
Brandon
though.
Cooks is not good. He's not good.
I give myself.
Jones, you knew, I told you from the beginning of the season, Leonard Fournette, when he comes back, is going to take that running back spot. And everybody said, no, you don't know what you're talking about. Lo and behold, it happened. And here we are. Here we are.
I'll give myself
November
an F.
18th.
I'll give myself an F. Bad trade.
This trade right here, a fucking blockbuster because nobody knows how good Emmanuel Sanders is. And when week 14, week 15 come around, not 14 because I'm going to get a bye, but week 15, oh boy, I'm going to unleash.
He's still on your roster?
Man.
I thought you dropped him for somebody.
I'm actually dropping him for somebody right now, but don't worry about that. This next trade, wow. David Montgomery for T. Higgins and Juju Phillip.
This has worked out in fairness.
I think
T.
Cal
Higgins,
won this one.
T. Higgins has been very good. But
Cal
Juju
won
has
it.
turned it around. Juju has turned it around. Put some respect on his name.
David Montgomery, still the starter. I think Cal won that one.
I think he wins it overall, but David Montgomery sucks. T. Higgins is good, though. He's going to go, I think, in the 3rd round next year.
Okay, well, yeah, keep scrolling up. I want to see this. This is the nonsense. Fucking no, go down a little bit.
This one?
This one's so
Madison?
stupid. This one's so stupid. Dude, Madison and Chenault, just waiver wire guys for like a guy who has a high ceiling but just is terrible right now. Yeah. And you just give him up for nothing? Like Devin's just gonna swindle him like that, and Vic's gonna be like, yeah, it's a good trade.
What's hilarious? What's absolutely hilarious is that all 3 of these guys are now on the waiver wire because right after this trade,
just wait a couple weeks.
Yeah,
just wait a couple weeks.
I'm
They'll
pretty
be
sure
on the waiver wire.
Victor instantly dropped Mattinson.
Yeah, he's literally retarded.
Yeah.
I'm so ashamed I lost to this guy because he shouldn't even make the playoffs.
We'll get into that in our next segment. I don't think he will.
No. Here's a blockbuster.
Truly a blockbuster. And a horrible trade. Again, awful. DK Metcalf.
We all know, I would just like to say, we all know that Omar is going to collude with his brother. And Omar, I know you're going to watch this and be like, fuck you, bro. But we all know it. You know it. Hassan knows it. We don't care because you suck. Like, you actually just suck balls. But this is just such a terrible – like, Tannehill – you never trade a QB who you get from the waiver wire. Tannehill could be a starter, but he's waiver wire borderline. He just shouldn't be involved in the trade. So, realistically, it comes down to Amari Cooper and Chase Edmonds. I'm assuming this is after Dak got hurt. What?
Basically,
when did Dak get hurt?
Say that again.
When did Prescott get hurt?
He was already hurt when this trade happened.
I want to see the exact date. I want to see how many weeks had passed. The last game, he got hurt against the Giants, right?
Yes.
Okay, that was October 11th. 11 days. After that, actually, wait, why am I doing this on Google? Let me just look at this.
I believe that. So what happened? You know what? I'll do it for you right now. Amari Cooper, after Dak got hurt, turned in a 17-point game against the Cardinals on a garbage time TD.
Yeah, I remember that.
So he was using that value to trade to Hassan. Since then, Amari Cooper, 12 points.
Collusion. That's just clear collusion. Bad
trade. Bad trade. And Jerry Jeudy has actually become a good receiver. Didn't you get him off waivers this week?
I did.
He is. He's looking good. He's getting targets too.
Edmonds was a bad drop by Omar.
Bad drop. And to top it off, Hassan dropped Ryan Tannehill last week. So
yeah, it's
horrible.
Collusion.
Maybe. This one.
This was a good trade because even though Devontae Freeman got hurt, he's going to be back in time for the playoffs. They're going to be playing some teams in the NFL who will lose to them. That's
true, but Devontae Freeman's not getting that job back. Wayne Gallman, baby. He's coming through.
Wayne Gallman sucks.
He's probably –
they're all terrible.
He's great.
They're all garbage. Devontae Freeman sucks. If you ever thought Devontae Freeman had a chance this season, you're retarded.
I agree. Horrible.
But I'm picking him up because I think he's a pretty cool. I don't have him in this league actually, but I think he's a pretty cool player.
Fair. Now this is a trade. This is a trade right here that I have won so handily that it's not even close, and it through no fault of my own, mind you. Calvin Ridley died, okay, and Clyde is a piece of shit. So
you really finessed Omar here, but honestly, Omar deserved it because there's no reason why you trade away DK for Calvin Ridley because DK is a better receiver. He's got a better quarterback. And there's no reason you really trade Allen Robinson for Clyde after the season Allen's had.
And after the season Clyde has had too. He has not been
after good. Clyde got Le'Veon on his team, it was a little shaky. Just I don't know. Omar just makes some I don't think he knows what he's doing.
I don't either.
I'm just gonna be honest.
I then flipped Allen Robinson back to Omar the week after.
This was stupid.
Here's my reasoning, though.
This is so stupid, bro.
It's stupid, but
Kenyon Drake and Tom Brady. I'm telling you, just wait a week. Tom Brady ends up on the waiver wire.
I don't know because Omar likes carrying two quarterbacks. All I'm going to say is this. I don't need another wide receiver. I am wide receiver heavy. I have wide receivers up the ass. Kenyon Drake, look at my running backs, bro. Mind you, I traded away DeAndre Swift, of course. Every running back I trade away instantly becomes good when I trade them in their shit. So I'll give myself a C. But
you got all green matchups this week against Devin.
I know. It's an interesting week. We're about to get there. We only have a couple more.
Glad you're playing Kenyon Drake.
Take me through this trade with Joe.
Oh, man, this isn't that bad either because Chris Godwin kind of sucks. But DeAndre Swift's going to be a beast.
Yeah.
And I can't believe I dropped him in another league and I dropped him. But Matt Patricia just pisses me off. I hate
He does. And that's why. Ultimately, I'm glad he had a good game for Joe. I'm glad Joe won his week. But at the same time, next week, he'll get 10 touches. It's like Ronald Jones. It's just –
I think he lost it. I think he lost this trade.
I do too.
Number one back for the rest of the season.
I do too. But we'll see. We'll see. But I think you're right. I think I did. I've made some questionable trades this year. I'm not running away from it. Wayne Gallman and Ronald Jones. This is an A+ trade.
They both suck.
This is a great.
And then Ronald Jones for Hunter Henry. Just terrible trade. Like nobody's winning or losing these trades. They're just kind of just moving players for no reason. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You're only going to look more of a fool if Hunter Henry gets hurt or if Wayne Gallman gets hurt or if Ronald Jones gets hurt.
I mean, I will say this. We've discussed it. The tight end market this year, horrible. And my general advice for running leagues in the future is to not have a tight end position because there's literally 3 usable guys, and that's it.
All right, well, let's get down to the meat.
Let's get down to the meat here, shall we? Let's look at the standings. We're going to make some playoff predictions. Let's start at the bottom. Hassan is safely out of the playoffs. That's the question.
There's no way he makes the playoffs.
And
there's literally no way he makes the playoffs. Actually, no, there is.
He has to win every game, and other people need to lose. It's possible.
Joe, Omar, RP, and Harry have to lose the rest of the games. Nah, there's no way.
Yeah, he's done.
He's done.
And you know what? In fairness, he auto-drafted because of the time zone. I'm sympathetic to that. And he actually didn't have a bad team. Let's not forget. Michael Thomas.
That's exactly why I'm not sympathetic to it, because he had a really good team.
He did. And he just had the injury bug, and he hasn't been active enough to make good moves. So,
but he's DJing, so we'll give him a pass.
Yeah, he's DJing in Mexico.
Harry now, on the other hand.
Let's look at Harry.
I know you've been colluding with your commissioner powers. I'm gonna have to remove them from you. You're colluding. You're playing a long-term game here.
Wow. Okay. Harry has gone AFK. We know this. I've been setting the lineup with the highest projected players, and you easily crushed him this week. So it's not even a question of collusion.
It's because my team is just so much better. I got the best players in the league.
You have a better team than Harry does. Harry, as we all know, drafted Saquon. Poor guy.
Everybody. It's me and Devin.
That's not true. I mean,
and there's 50 feet of shit between me and Devin.
Really? Are you referring to my team? That's Sterling 7-3 record.
But you're about to lose. I'm about to put up more points than you this week, so I'm gonna get my second place spot back.
Get the fuck out of here. Harry has a chance. Okay,
Harry has
3-7.
He's done. He's done. Come
Let's look at the
on.
standings. All right.
Abel, come on. Abel, come on.
All
Come on,
right.
bro. Bro.
Look at the standings, dude.
You gotta play Omar first.
There are 3 teams with positive records. Me, you, and Devin. Victor will lose this week to RP, which means that after this week, there will still only be 3 teams with positive records. Anything can happen except for Hassan. If Harry wins his next 3 games, he might be able to squeak in. This is like unbelievable as it may seem. I mean, look, Cam is bad, but Matt Ryan, he has some good playoff matchups.
Why does he have
Jones,
quarterbacks? This is collusive, bro.
Okay.
This is so sus.
Okay.
So sus.
He has the Lizard King returning. He was really good.
Both those guys are terrible.
Who? Lizard King?
And
Yeah,
Debo, this season, they're useless.
Okay, maybe. But honestly, when you look at Harry's team, it's not good, but it's not horrible either. Right? It's not
Very good for.
Like he has a top 3 tight end. He has a top 5 running back. Kareem Hunt is a running back too, probably 16, 17. His quarterback situation is not good. If he had Mahomes, if he kept Mahomes, I think Harry might be 4-6, maybe 5-5.
Yeah, well, he didn't. He didn't.
He's not.
So now our Pinder, on the other hand,
he's got a good team.
This guy has a good team.
Now, I'm surprised he's 4-6, but the way the league is going, you win, you lose, you win, you lose. Most people are just they can't sustain a winning streak this year.
He's got one of the best receivers in the league,
without a doubt. He has Thielen. Scary Terry has been awesome this year.
That's what I was referring to. Scary Terry is one of the best receivers in the league.
He is, and Will Fuller, he's a boomer bust. He can win you a week. And let's not forget, he has Raheem Mostert when he's healthy. He's a top 10 running back. He's been good this year. He's been very good.
Yeah, but
he comes off of IR.
He's done.
Our Pinder's team is looking scary.
He's done.
So, do you think right now our Pinder's team makes the playoffs?
Let's see. Yes, because I think Vic gets bounced. I think Vic gets bounced because he's got to play you, and he's got to play RP. And if RP gets the dub, then RP has to play Devin. But then, dude, I think this season's going to come down to the last.
It will. Because I think multiple teams are going to make it at 6-7.
Because RP is going to beat Hassan. Harry, I really want Harry to beat Devin in the last week.
That would be incredible.
That'd be funny.
I think it's possible. You know, an Aaron Jones game.
Oh, I think Vic versus Joe in week 13. That's going to come down to it. Me versus Cal. That'll probably decide some top seeding.
And me versus Omar is probably going to decide if he gets into the playoffs or not. So
we have some good matchups here.
This is a home stretch. All right, Joe coming up, also 4-6. Joe has to.
I lost Zeke.
Joe faces you this week, which is not good for him.
I'm gonna clap the shit out of him 1 second.
Now, Joe has a big dub at quarterback. Kyler Murray, his worst finish all year has been 11. He is a bona fide top 5 quarterback option every week. He's
had him last year. Draft him in the rookie year.
He was good for you last year too.
Joe Burrow's gonna be good too.
He is. Joe Burrow. We'll get to Joe Burrow. He has Joe Burrow on the bench, but he could flip him on a certain week in case Kyler goes down. Now, his bench is pretty weak outside of Diggs on bye. Melvin Gordon is awful. Awful.
Go back to a team. Diggs, he's got a good team.
He does. He has great receivers. He's a Julio.
No tight end. That's it.
Yeah. And, I mean, Zeke.
Yikes, running back.
If Dak doesn't go down, I think Joe is probably 6-4, right? Because Zeke wouldn't be so awful.
I agree.
Now we have the king.
Fuck this team, bro. Derrick Henry sucks.
Yeah, I mean, on paper, Omar has a good team, but the results are not there.
However, he's got DJ Moore, AR. Jacoby Myers is overprojected as shit.
Very.
Just come on, bro. Like he's doing well, but he's been playing the Jets,
He
the
did face the
fucking
Dolphins last week, or I mean the
Bills.
Ravens. That was a good.
Yeah, but the Ravens don't even have what's his name. They're hurt right now in the secondary. Just trust. It's a fluke.
Okay,
It's all a
fair
fluke.
enough.
Jason Sanders, one of the best kickers in the league, but he doesn't have the best kicker in the league like I do.
Of
Oh,
course.
well, he actually is number one. However, Blankenship had a rusty week back, but Blankenship's still the number one. He has no tight end. Hunter Henry, he has no tight end. His flex at Clyde at flex is a cool flex, but
There's some upside there, but very risky. More likely than not, it's a 8 to 10 point flex.
sus.
Right.
He's got good running backs. He's got one good receiver, and he's got Tyler Lockett, who is hit or miss.
Big hit or miss.
And
I mean,
he's projected for 14 points, even though he's had 20 points in his last 3 games combined.
exactly. I mean, Tyler Lockett is having a very weird season.
They should change that headline to Tyler Lockett will play Thursday night to Tyler Lockett will pray Thursday night because he's got to pray for his fucking season to come back.
Seriously. I
Yeah,
mean,
know
look
you
at
like
this.
that.
Look at this. 32 and 45. Tyler Lockett, I think, on the season. Yeah, look at that. He's the number 6 wide receiver off of 2 weeks.
2 weeks. He sucks.
That's what I was trying to tell Omar. Omar was insistent on trading me DK instead of Tyler Lockett. He wanted Tyler Lockett so bad, and I'm like, why? 4, 6, 5, 6. Awful. You take away that 45-point game, this guy's a wide receiver 3. I mean, yeah.
Calvin Ridley has been shit too.
He has. He started the season hot, but he's clearly the number 2 to Julio. Let's not kid around.
Yeah, Omar's team sucks. I can see him not making the playoffs. Chris Carson overrated. Derrick Henry, that's really all he has.
Yeah, and you know what? Derrick Henry, late in the season, typically pretty good, but
Alex Collins is on the Seahawks?
yeah, see, he had a good game last week.
Wow.
Now, do you think Omar makes the playoffs? He gets Harry this week.
I
Then
can't
he has
say.
you next week, then me in the final week.
I really can't say. Because I'm going to get the 3rd seed and above.
Okay.
I'm going to get the 3rd or 2nd. I think I'll probably end up with the 2nd after you get clapped this week. Everybody knows you're going to get clapped. Like, you're literally getting clapped.
Right.
It depends on too many things. Too many people in the bottom half are playing each other. I can't tell.
Fair enough.
I think it'll end up being Cal.
Okay.
Who does Cal play this week? He plays Hassan. Yeah, it's going to be Cal. He'll make the 4th seed. And then 5th and 6th will either be
You got Omar.
Omar, Arpinder, or Joe, not Vic. I think
Let's get to Vic's team.
I think Vic loses this week to Arpinder, and then Vic loses the next week to you.
Yeah.
And that's going to eliminate him because then he goes week 13 against Joe. And I think Joe makes the playoffs then.
I think Joe's about to go. Joe will probably lose this week and then win the next 2 weeks.
So I think Omar's kind of fucked because he's got to play you and me and Harry.
And Harry's no pushover. Again, Aaron Jones went off for 50 points the last time him and Omar played.
But I think Omar loses all 3.
I think it is very possible. Let's get to Victor's team. Probably the worst 5-5 team imaginable. I mean, truly.
Terrible team.
Now, James Conner has been awful the past couple weeks, but let's say he returns to form and stops going to the Jonathan Taylor school of running backs where he just runs into his O-linemen's fat asses. This wide receiver core for Victor is abhorrent. Robbie Anderson, Travis Fulgham, and Christian Kirk. Dude, we're in a 10-man league, and these are your wide receivers. I don't even know what to say.
Robbie and Travis Fulgham are solid.
I mean, now that Jalen Rager's back.
Robbie's been bad, but he's very consistent, and he only has 1 touchdown in the season, and he's the 12th best PPR wide receiver. So he's got a great floor, and I would run with that at the flex.
Exactly. I think Robbie Anderson is a fine flex wide receiver, but the fact that he's his wide receiver 1,
He's on
is
his bench.
interesting.
Oh my
Gosh.
god. Yep. Terrible, worst 5-5 team in our league. And I thought Cal was the worst 5-5 team.
No, I mean, and he still thinks that Zach Ertz is a top 3 tight end too. Funny guy. Funny fucking
Dude,
guy.
just drop him. I'll give you a player to drop Zach Ertz.
Yeah. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. This team sucks. We've got Lamar and Dalvin and James Conner and Travis Fulgham. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, and Travis Fulgham, again, like
I
he
gave
wasn't.
you Travis Fulgham, so fuck you.
Yeah. I mean,
So I did get Jamal Williams in return. However, I should have kept Travis Fulgham.
Well, let's look at Victor's schedule really quick. Just again, if he wins 2 of his next 3, he's probably in the playoffs. He plays our Pinder this week. I think our Pinder's going to clap his cheeks. Next week,
Pinder wins it, and that's gonna be a huge.
then he plays me, and in week 13, I believe you said he gets Joe, correct? Yes, he gets Joe. I think he's going over 3.
And I think Joe makes the playoffs with that.
Yeah.
And I think if Joe makes the playoffs, okay, it's either going to be Joe. I think Omar's actually out.
I do too at the moment.
Right now. Even though he's got the highest scoring team of the bottom half, I think his schedule is fucked. He plays 3 of the Rowdies. And he's been historically terrible against the Rowdies.
Okay, he's 0 for 3 right now against the 3 of us.
And he might go
coming
0
in for the
for
home stretch.
6.
Yeah.
He might go 0 for 6.
Oof, that's rough. That
would be. We'd literally fuck him in the ass if we.
I mean, Omar, if you lose 0 for 6 against the 3 of us, we will never let you live that down. Just
I will meme you for the rest of your life. Now this team. Oh boy.
Now, hold up.
You have a really good player at one position, and then you look at the next one, and you're like, what the fuck? And then you look at the next one, and you're like, damn. And then you look at the next one, and you're like, what the fuck?
Again, let me throw this out here. Cal could have this exact roster, plus Todd Gurley and Allen Robinson. Cal could legit be a 7-1 team right now, right? Or a 7-3 team, or an 8-2 team, or a 9-1 team.
Todd Gurley in another league. It's a huge duo.
I mean, dude, Todd Gurley sucks, but for fantasy purposes, he has been 15, 16, 17 points every single week. Cal, you fucked up big time, especially on
Dallas Goedert. I do like Dallas Goedert.
He's been okay, and he's way better than Zach Ertz. Devontae Parker, he's all right. Justin
He's got
Herbert.
Myles Gaskin on the bench. Once he comes back, he's got a solid team.
Solid. He's not bad, but his team could be so much better if not
exactly where he should be, in my opinion.
He should have Juju on his team. He should have AR on his team. He should have Todd Gurley on his team. So, Cal, you basically nuked your own team in your own hopes of winning the chip. You had a good team. You fucked it.
Went from 4-0 to 5-5. You fucking blew it.
You blew it. Now, let's get to the real teams.
Now, here we go. Now you look at this team and you're like, shit, this is why he's in the top 3.
Really?
This is the team that can win the league. You got Aaron Rodgers week in, week out. Just solid quarterback.
Top 5 quarterback every week.
It's a solid pick every year. He's gotten me no less than 20 points twice this season. And the one time he got less than 20 points in the single digits was 4 points. It was a fluke week.
Now, here's something I want to highlight. I don't want to interrupt your flow here. I know you're jizzing over your own team.
I am.
Let's look at Alvin Kamara's numbers this year. I just want to throw this out here. Okay? 21, 33, 38, 19, 15, 18, 19, 13, 31. And you got him all the way down at the 6th pick. Okay? Wow. Pretty good.
Well,
let's look at last year when I drafted him 3rd overall. Okay? 19, 6, 32. Oh, wow. 10, 13, 9, 11, 16, 14, 10, 3, 11, and then 26 in championship for me to beat Devin, in fairness. But he is so much better this year. It's honestly disgusting, and he might win you the league on his back alone. Then you got Nick Chubb.
That's not the only guy.
I mean, Nick Chubb, he's great. Mike,
Come on.
He's good. Mike's okay. Mike's okay.
Whoa. You got Nick Chubb. Then you got Mike Evans. Mike Evans, talk all your shit. Talk whatever you want to say. But at the end of the day, he gets his targets, and he's one of the most efficient receivers in the league.
I'll give you that.
He'll get you a touchdown in the red zone as he's got, holy shit, 8 on the season. That's almost a touchdown a game.
It is.
Take that.
It's gross.
He's a more athletic Gronk. And before you say anything, just look at the man's numbers last year. Even though he was kind of inconsistent, didn't have a good quarterback. He had Jameis Winston.
Right.
Last year, he just popped off at times. He's that good. He
41 points.
200 yards 3 times.
Woo!
200 yards 3 times with a touchdown in each game with 3 in 1. Like, this guy is one of the best receivers in the league. Don't hate.
I'm not hating. He has turned into more. He's touchdown reliant now instead of yard reliant.
And I got Kenny Galladay, who's going to give me 15 points a week, and I'll take that. I will take 15 points a week because I know I'm going to get it.
Yeah, you will.
He'll come back.
You got Mandrews.
Tight ends suck this year. Tight ends just suck all over the place. So having Mandrews is nice, but it doesn't really do much for me. Mike Davis. Now, here's the guy that everybody talks shit on. Why you have Mike Davis, bro? You're just lucky you have Mike Davis. Well, I got Nick Chubb back, bitches, and now Mike Davis is my flex. And now everybody's scared. Now everybody's talking shit. Because, ever since week 6, he's put up 9, 6, 8, 6, 6. Yeah, well, he's got a cake schedule for the rest of the year, bitches.
That's true.
Cake schedule. He's got Detroit. And Christian McCaffrey's going to get hurt. Sorry, Devin. He's going to get hurt again.
I guarantee you he will not play next week because they have that bye in week 13. So he gets Detroit and Minnesota back-to-back weeks. He's going to feast. I think so. I think Mike Davis is going to be very –
Davis is going to eat. He's going to eat.
Plus you have the best handcuff in the league in Jamal Williams.
I have 3 of the best handcuffs in the league.
Yeah.
4.
You have a good team. Let's not kid ourselves.
I have Leonard Fournette, Jamal Williams, Naheem Hines, Damian Harris. And Damian Harris isn't really a handcuff, but 3 of the best handcuffs. I mean, 4 actually. Yeah, Mike Davis. I have 4 of the best handcuffs in the league. Sorry, league. But I might have 5 running backs on my bench. But that's all I need. And I got Blankenship. And, you ain't doing shit against Blankenship.
You know what? Maybe the GOAT kicker outside of Zane Gonzalez. Let's not kid ourselves.
So that's a huge, huge team right here. But then we got another big team right here. Somehow shitbirded itself to 7-3. But Miles Sanders, all right, whatever. Well, you need a QB. Tom Brady.
I got Josh Allen, but I'm going to be playing. Tom Brady is my. He's winning me the chip. I mean, look at Tom Brady's playoff schedule. Look at that playoff schedule, okay? Weeks 14, 15, 16, if this will work. Minnesota, Atlanta, Detroit. Yeah. He's going to put up.
He's going to shit himself against Minnesota. And you're not going to get the bye, so it's going to hurt you. You're going to lose.
Okay.
You're going to lose in round 1. You're going to lose in round 1. And you're going to win every other week after that. And you would have won week 15 and week 16 had you gotten out of round 1. So you got to pray that you get this second week or first week bye.
I mean, in fairness, if I have to play, I will have to play Tom Brady because I'm not playing Josh Allen in the playoffs. Maybe against Denver. Pittsburgh, Denver, New England. I'm not playing Josh Allen. No chance. Okay. Now, let's get to the meat. The meat of this team right here. DK Metcalf, Keenan Allen, Chris Godwin, and Juju Smith-Schuster.
You can only play with 3 of them.
I know.
Yeah,
and you know what? I'm
DK.
Juju this week is going to get me the dub. Chris Godwin has to go up against probably Jalen Ramsey. I'm not for it. So
he won't go against Jalen Ramsey.
I don't trust the Rams secondary is too good right now. He's out of my lineup this week.
You got AB. That's how I know your team's not going to win. You have no tight end.
I know.
You're bleeding at tight end. However, Logan Thomas is kind of cool.
I mean, Evan Ingram, though.
Booty. Terrible player.
He's not even his fault.
It's not even his fault. It's just the Giants suck. They don't know how to use them. You got no running backs. It's not that you don't have no running backs. You have
I have
Kenny.
no running backs. They're not good. They're not good. I mean, Wayne Gallman actually might be okay, maybe for a week.
If one of your running backs gets hurt, you're fucked.
Yeah, don't remind me. Please don't remind me. If I lose, it will be because I traded away Nick Chubb. So.
Well, you got Austin Eckler in return. If you lose, it's because you traded away Austin Eckler.
That's true.
You could have had Austin Eckler and Miles Sanders. If you had Austin Eckler right now, who did you get for Austin Eckler?
Nobody. I traded them both away. Rojo and Brandon
You would
Cooks.
have had Kenyon Drake or Austin Eckler instead of Kenyon Drake, and then your team would have been deadly.
Yeah.
However, you blew it.
You know what? In fairness,
solid shot.
In fairness, I turned Austin Eckler into Rojo and Brandon Cooks, but I turned them into Wayne Gallman and Chris Godwin. So the real trade is Eckler for Chris Godwin and Wayne Gallman. Not good, but not as bad as the initial trade. Give me that. Really? Chris Godwin? He's not better than Brandon Cooks?
Yeah. Still lose. All right, let's finish her off here. This is the real team. This is the juggernaut of the league. Whiskey Cox. Some sus trades throughout the season, but here we are. We have no choice but to overcome this obstacle. That is Devin. When he gets Christian McCaffrey back, he's going to have 10 more points. Just let's look at his projections alone. Add 10 more points to his projection. When Eckler comes back, he'll play instead of Jesus. Even though he should, I don't really know how it'll look. I think you play Austin Eckler over James Robinson, but
yeah, I think so.
I think they're very similar in the numbers they would put up. Add 2 points there. Travis Kelce, Jesus Christ. Ravens D is really the reason he's winning this league.
Yeah, I mean, they've been incredible.
And then just leave Justin Jefferson in, I guess. You could put – actually, no, James Robinson at the flex. So add 13, 14 points to his projection right now. And that is 142. And that is what his team would put up at full health. And I just know for a fact he's going to lose it in the playoffs.
He will. Juggernauts always lose. They always lose in the playoffs every single time. Last year, let's not forget, last year he had Nick Chubb. He had, what's that shitty Raiders running back?
Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs, loser. He had, who else did he have? He had an insane team last year, and he lost because I beat him. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, well, you're not in the picture this time around.
Okay.
I gotta dance with Devin, and it's on him to show up.
No. I've got the dance.
I have the only running backs. I have the only team that can compete with him at every position. Even though he's got Kelsey to my Andrews. He's got McCaffrey and Eckler, which rivals Kamara and Chubb. Wide receivers, he's got Devontae and fucking D-Hop. That's just – he shouldn't have them, but he does.
That's broken.
Mike Evans and Kenny Golladay, I mean, I'll take that. Mike Evans could give me 40 points, really, or he could give me 2. Kenny Golladay will give me 15, so I got a wide margin.
I think the issue is obviously Devontae. D-Hop, we've already seen, has been locked down this year. He's had bad games where he only puts up 8 points, 6 points. Devontae Adams is the real problem.
Devontae Adams will get hurt. He'll get hurt. D-Hop will have a bad game. Trust me.
Well, on Twitter, actually, Devontae might not even play this week. So
I kind of need Devin to beat you, though.
Just throwing it out there. I think I've got a chance. Tom Brady.
I don't care if Devin goes undefeated this season at this point. I'm more concerned.
It doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter.
It doesn't. Although you could if he loses the next 3. Actually, no, you can't. So, yeah. That's pretty sick.
Let's do one last thing here and look at this week's waiver wire. We'll grade the waiver wire pickups.
And then after that, we'll make our predictions for who's winning this week.
Okay. I love it. So here we go.
Jonnu, whatever. Jordan Reed, okay. If you need a tight end, that's a good pickup.
Yeah.
Good pickup, Eric Ebron. Jacoby, good pickup. Balaj, good pickup. Oh, my God, bro. Oh, my God, bro. This league
I don't know how
does not know how to use waivers.
I don't know how he slipped you.
Waiver.
You had the 7th waiver. So 6 people passed up on Naheem Hines coming off a 20-something point game. Clearly, like the lead back in Indy.
Those 3 people that also claimed him with me: Abu D, Kalfa, and Snowcox. Sorry, boys, but
Learn how to order your waivers. That should have been everyone's first waiver pick.
and then the next waiver after that is just foul. Salvan Ahmed. Oh my god, bro.
Listen, I'm not thinking he's going to win me the league, but Philip Lindsay, I feel bad for the guy. Like, he's going to go to a good team next year, right? Because he's a free agent after this year. He's going to go to an actual team and get the lion's share of touches like he deserves. He's a good running back, but fucking John Elway he's a moron. And he's like, oh yeah, fuck this guy. Let me bring in a washed up, beat to shit Melvin Gordon who can do nothing but get DUIs. Like, Melvin Gordon is awful. He's an awful running back. He hasn't been good in years.
They're both not good.
Yeah, I mean, and then again, fucking Hassan dropped Ryan Head. Like, who does Hassan even have as his quarterback right now?
He has
Drew Brees.
whatever.
It's the only quarterback on his roster. So why? Oh my God. I just fucking A. Okay. Browns defense has been very good this year. Good pickup by RP.
So the Browns. I don't know about that, RP. I just don't know about that one.
Okay.
Carlos Hyde, stupid. Marquez over Corey Davis, stupid.
Cal's going to start MVS. I guarantee it. He's going to give him like 2 points this week.
And those final 2 pickups, just like, how are you going to let the best team in the league dominate the waiver wire like that? I get the pass and Jerry. Nobody picked up Jerry?
Nobody picked up Jerry. I was considering it, but then I realized I would never play him because I'm too loaded.
Omar picks up Kirk Cousins. That's just a scrub move. That is such a scrub move, man.
And he dropped the Bucks D. And Jarvis sucks, but the Bucks D's been good.
Let's see. The Bucks have Josh Rosen. What?
What?
That's crazy.
Oh, no shit. Josh Rosen, dude. And Blaine Gabbert, come on. Get out of town.
Sucks. Okay. So I would say I won the waiver wire this week. However, I would also say the close second is
I'm gonna go with Omar. I think Jacoby Myers is probably the best wide receiver outside of Jerry Jeudy to get.
Yeah, Omar and his 2 picks were pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. So now that we're done with that, although I will say, who dropped the Chiefs?
I think Devin did. Stupid move.
Okay. And the Bills, they dropping the Bills? They suck too, though.
All right, let's give our predictions. Final predictions here for the league.
For the league or for this week?
Oh, okay. Let's do the week projections.
For this week, I say.
Let's start off first. Let's go top to bottom. Me versus Devin. I'm clearly
You're losing.
Okay.
I think you're losing to Devin.
It's not even close. Tom Brady's going to outscore Mahomes.
I think you lose by 25 points.
Wow. Okay. I think I win by 4. That's what I'm getting.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I'm winning by 4. We got Victor versus Bago Beater at 120. That's a projection right there.
That's what I'm saying. Vic's not making the playoffs.
Victor's going to get slaughtered. Although, Jeff Dalvin against Dallas, woo!
He's got some good matchups, but players, not matchups.
Yeah. I mean, Christian Kirk, dude, really? Come on, get the fuck out of there.
And he's got Adam Thielen. No, RP takes this dub by 15.
Easy. Completely agree. We got Omar versus Harry.
Oh, boy. This is going to be the biggest. Harry could make the playoffs if he wins this game.
Agreed.
I think it goes to Harry.
You know what? I'm
by
gonna, I'm gonna have to side with Omar on this one. I think
30. I think Harry
wow.
wins by 30. I think
I'm gonna
Claypool has
say
an insane game.
Omar wins 107 to Harry's 98-99. I think Harry has a very good floor of around 100 points, but the ceiling isn't there for him right now. Chase Claypool, I think is gonna have a great game. Waller is a beast, but when you look at Omar's team, it's a little more consistent, I would say, than Harry's is.
I don't know, man. I don't like Hunter Henry. I don't like
I don't like
Clyde.
Hunter Henry either. Don't get me wrong, but he gets the Jets. So
Omar's kicker will outscore Harry's kicker. That's all I'll say.
I agree with you there.
But I think it's Harry. I won't say by 30. Let's say 10.
15 to 10. Yeah, I like that.
But I could see Harry's team popping off.
Our next team here, Hassan versus Cal.
I think Hassan pulls it off.
If he plays a quarterback, I think he pulls it off. But
That's his damn lineup and doesn't play shit sticks and puts in Todd Gurley.
I mean, at this point, I'm thinking I might just have to set it for him again.
Actually, no, I think Cal wins it.
Yeah, no, Cal's clearly going to win. I mean, look at this shit, dude. Mark Ingram.
No, but he's got Todd Gurley and Chase Edmonds on the bench.
That's true. He has Gurley.
Oh, he's got Duke or David. Which one is this?
He has Duke. He has Duke and David.
Yeah, you should play Duke and David. I think he has a good shot of winning, actually, now that I think about it. But
if he plays Duke, if he plays what's his face? TG3, and then he has to play a quarterback. Who's on the waivers right now for quarterback? Let's check.
It doesn't matter. He's just gonna get 15 points from the quarterback. That's gonna be all he needs.
Dude, you can start Jameis.
Jameis.
Oh boy, Hassan. I think he might actually pull it out if he starts famous Jameis, man. Big
Okay.
city.
And
our last matchup.
The biggest one of the week. Biggest one of the year. Oh man, we got Joe versus oh my god, it's not gonna go well. He's got the picks, but
why is he? Oh, you don't have a wide receiver.
Kenny Galladay just got activated off of IR, and I don't know who to drop. It's probably gonna be Dobbins, but
fuck J.K. Dobbins, dude. He sucks dick.
But I think J.K. Dobbins will pop off week 14 through 16. Trust me.
Okay.
J.K. Dobbins, just believe it. Believe it.
Okay.
We out here.
I think DeAndre Swift is a safe 15 points this week. I think, come on, he looked good last week. Zeke, I think
he's done. He's done.
What about Zeke?
Done.
10 points from Zeke?
5.
Okay. I can see that. Zeke's been awful.
Bro, Kamara versus Atlanta is going to go off for 40 motherfucking points.
I can see that happening 100%.
Yeah, that's a huge week because if I lose, Joe's making the playoffs. But if I win, I'm getting that second seed.
Yeah, I think Joe probably can make it regardless of win or lose this week. He has a good team. As our last thing we'll do, let's just review last week's games. So let's start it off with the Weasel win. My clapping of RP's cheeks.
You know, this is just a fake game because Arpinder should have won. If he only got his, projection 12 more points from Russell Wilson, he wins. Even if he only got 8.
I mean, you could argue that had I started Tom Brady, had I started Rojo, look at this shit, dude. Evan Ingram missed his projection by 7 points.
Yeah, but Evan Ingram sucks. He's overprojected every week.
DK Metcalf, 3 points, dude. Absurd from DK. Russ looked horrible. And if Russ does better, DK does better. Plain and simple. But easy win. I clapped his cheeks. Wasn't even close. You got this game right here.
Sucks. I can't believe I lost to him. I really can't believe. I just choked it.
Victor, your team is awful. I cannot believe that he was like, "Oh, Devin, you're losing this week, dude." Devin didn't have Mahomes. Didn't have Kelsey.
Lost this week, but it's fine.
Devin loses to not a majority of teams, right?
Devin has the least points scored against in the league.
Yeah.
So if he ever talks shit, just know that he's soft.
Devin literally every week people underperform against him. You have been the closest game thus far. to Devin. Everyone else loses by 40 points. It's
That
ridiculous.
week, something happened. I didn't have somebody too. I'm curious. What had happened that week? I was pissed about something.
I think what was week 2.
Oh yeah, I had to start Golden Tate
Oh
because
my
of a
God.
last minute change. And I don't remember to who because my roster is significantly different now.
You lost by what? 12 points? That's not that bad. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Aaron Rodgers was on bye.
I
Shit.
really wish I didn't have. Yeah, I didn't have A-Rod. That could have been another.
Kamara put up a stinker. Yeah. CD had a decent week that week.
Yeah, I'm the only team that can beat Devin. I know it. We all know it.
That's not true. I will beat him this week.
I could easily beat him in the playoffs, but we'll see.
Let's see. Let's go back to week 11 here, or week 10 rather. Omar squeaks out the win of wins against Hassan.
Dude, he's not making the play. Like the fantasy gods will not let this man make the playoffs because it's just so sus. So sus.
Sus. I mean,
He's the definition of sus. Omar, you're the definition of sus, and you know it.
Hassan was told to set his lineup, and he did. He actually moved players. He chose actively to start Latavius Murray, the backup.
Yeah, we know Omar. We know Omar told him not to start.
I mean,
because if he played Chase Edmonds like he should have, like any reasonable person would have, like any person who plays fantasy football picks up the handcuff.
And Chase Edmonds is a way better start with Drake coming off of an injury where it's like, okay, Drake will probably only get 50 to 60% of touches. Okay, so Edmonds still has a defined role in that offense. And Duke Johnson, who is the lead back in Houston once David went down. And he chose not to start either of them. So
yeah, it's sus. Omar,
sus.
You're not winning this league.
Omar, you're a cuck.
In the playoffs, you're a shitter.
Yeah.
Sorry. You fucking suck.
You absolutely slaughtered Harry. Wasn't even close. Kamara, amazing game. Nick Chubb, great game. Could even, if Chubb scores that touchdown, add 6 to your already clapping, right? Now you're in the 130s to Harry's 90. Just not even a game. Just horrible. A.J. Brown massively underperformed for Harry. Claypool had a fucking great game, 19 points. Chase Claypool is going to be in, like, I think he deserved to have him off the waivers. Because if Chase Claypool went to someone else, this wouldn't have been fair.
Yeah, Chase Claypool.
Then we have Joe absolutely smacking the shit out of Cal.
Yeah, Cal, you just got fucking exposed, you shitter.
Cal started Zach Moss. I didn't even realize.
I like that. There's nothing wrong with that. Zach Moss is the equivalent of Chase Edmonds, and Devin Singletary is the equivalent of Kenyon Drake. Terrible starters, great backups.
I guess. Yeah, you know what? Looking at his bench, I can't argue with any of these moves. But Joe's team finally had a good week. You know, I feel bad for the guy. Every week, Joe's team underperforms. Like, if Zeke had just actually, again, if Dak doesn't get hurt, this league looks a lot different. Because then Cal keeps Dak every week. Zeke is actually good. Amari Cooper is actually good. CD is still going on a tear. When I traded him to you, right, it was like CD Lamb he's a good fucking player. Like, just sad.
Oh, man, I can't believe I'm winning this fucking league. I have such a good team. I have a better team than all of you shitters. Look at me right now. I have a better team than all of you fucks. And you're going to taste my long Persian penis.
Yeah. I'm beating you whenever we play in the playoffs. That's a fact.
We're never playing in the playoffs because you will never meet me in the playoffs. I'm going to keep going and you're going to stop.
That's not happening because I'm going to keep the second seed when I clap his cheeks. Here's the thing. Not only do I have to lose and you have to lose.
I don't remember. You're losing.
You have to score. You know, I could have lost and I'd still be in the second seed, bitch, because I have more points for than you do.
But if you lost, you would have had less points. No.
I'm saying if with my points, RP would have had to score more points.
Yeah, well, either way, I'm going to score more than you in the long term because I'm a better.
It's not true. I've got 1169. You have 1164. You're trash. We know this. You're done. Okay. Podcast is over. Thank you, Arya, for coming along. You were a great addition. Stopping the share. Stopping the